Good morning. It's Mental Monday. I do like Mondays. Well, I do like my job, so I'm going to like Mondays. So, what are we talking about today? Well, a topic that is I absolutely love talking about, and it's of massive connotations and hugely powerful, and that is performance language. Now, performance language, not lack of performance language. So, what is performance language? It's language that improves performance, maximizes performance. Now, obviously, we also know that as you could put it into the self talk category, as in positive and negative. If you were to go a little bit more researchy, you would look at it in, say, NLP perform aspects and go towards and away from. Or you could use the way I like to use it from a coaching perspective, solution or problem focused. So we're all talking about language. Performance language is all about the words that you're saying to yourself or the story you're telling yourself, whether it is improving your performance or making your performance lack. And we don't want to have that problem, which a lot of people have. And in this world, it cracks me up consistently how everyone is so incredibly negatively focused. You know, everything we talk about when we're talking about don't spill this, you know, missed tackles, especially when they're doing stats. It cracks me up when you look at the rugby or something and it's missed tackles and drop balls and all these things, you know, that you don't really want to. The more you think about something or talk about something, the greater the chance of it happening. Golf purposes, guys will stand there and flare one off into the right trees, or they'll whoop one out of bounds and go, oh, always do that on this hole. All you're doing by talking about missed tackles, the bad shots, the bad moments, how many three putts you had, all you're doing with that is you are solidifying the chances of it happening again. Now, I'm not talking about avoiding the negative. Hey, there's a time and a place for that conversation. You know, you've got to, nothing wrong with saying, hey, this needs to get better. But how we word it is huge. And that's why you like that solution based versus problem based. Instead of talking about, hey, we're missing too many tackles. Hey, you keep slicing the ball. You want to talk about how are we going to make more tackles? Obviously, there's a problem there, but you're thinking about the two. You say someone don't miss the tackle, they're going to picture, oh, missing the tackle. Don't spill that coffee, they're going to picture spilling the coffee. Don't slice the ball, picture slicing the ball. As opposed to picture, hey, let's make these tackles, crush these tackles. Picturing making the tackle. Hey, keep that drink level. Picturing keeping the drink level. You know? Hey, rip that ball down there with a little draw. Put a little draw on it. Rip it up the left-hand side. It's a different picture. You're assessing, you've got a beautiful human brain. You can assess, okay, well, this isn't right. This needs to get better. Boom, this needs to get better, not this is the problem. And we can do it with everything, you know? You don't want to be, hey, don't avoid the negative per se, because things aren't always rosy. Life's part of huge life. I mean, life's always a lovely, beautiful struggle, but being aware of how to word things to create a solution is of massive power, especially with little ones. Kids are great at it. All they hear is us saying negative, 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 negative. Then it's very hard for them it's challenging for them to start to learn to say the positive stuff. But especially over this little Christmas break, when you're hearing your relatives or your friends, you'll be amazed how often people will talk about their problems away from what they really want, or a negative or a problem-based thinking. They won't talk about the solutions that they're trying to find. And thus, they won't find them. And then they'll be, why was me? So that's what it's all about. This is what today I would love you to, in the next week and a bit, start thinking about the words you're using, and if they're actually creating pictures that are negative or away from what you want, or if they actually picture the problems, or if you're able to actually stop, think about your language and say, hey, before you say it, is this creating the picture of what I actually am wanting out of the situation? It's not manipulating, it's just being solution focused. It creates the performance that you wish. And you'll be amazed that now that you hopefully are a little bit aware of it, when you hear someone say something, you'll be amazed at how often people will be inaccurate and inarticulate with their language in a way that just produces the result that they don't want, especially with simple little things. It's hilarious. So be aware, listen. Is that words towards what I want, or is that words away from what I want? And it happens in everywhere in life. And even when you're setting your goals, which will be the next video, because this next video will be on the 30th, 2 days before New Year's. New Year's resolutions will be coming up. And that'll all be around goal setting. I'll talk about the what, the how, and the why. And then also obviously be have the chance to talk about outcome versus process. Juicy stuff. But before we get into goals, and obviously you have SMART and all these different systems, before we get to goals, you've got to think about solutions, because goal setting is all about being solution based and not talking about what you don't. I don't want to be broke at the end of this year. Come on, man. I want to be doing well. I want to be solution based. Talk about the solutions, not the problems. And the chances of you having the solutions happen double, triple fold. All right. Over and out from this Mental Monday.